So you're going to be eating during the podcast?
Are we not testing?
Yes, we're testing, but I want to know if you're going to continue to chew your peanut butter and jelly, whatever the heck you made, into the freaking microphone. It's not going to be good for our people.
I had 2 bites. We test every time.
All right, whatever. Hey, welcome to On the Up and Up with Patrick and
Talisha. Thank y'all so much for listening last week. We talked about the top 5 entanglements. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back to Apple Podcast or Spotify and download it. And I think that you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Before we get into today's topic, I wanted to let y'all know that we are growing and we now have an official email for the podcast. Woo-hoo. So the official email for the podcast, you can hit us up with your questions, scenarios, and whatever you got for us at podcast@patrickandtalisha.com.
Yeah. So we have been hitting y'all up on Facebook and on Instagram. All y'all been seeing is our little caricature faces. And we just appreciate you all so much for taking time out of your schedule to actually look at what we're putting up there.
Yeah, and interact with us and leave us comments, man. We really appreciate that feedback. It's what keeps us going.
Yes. So we just wanted to show our appreciation by mentioning you on our show. So, and it's so cool because whenever we get to interact with you, it's nice to catch up with people that you haven't talked to in forever. So shout out to Layla and Chrissy, Bianca and Ebony, Danielle and Farah.
And shout out to Kappa, Tracy, Adrian, my Alpha brothers, Justin, Ced, Edith, E-Man, and Donald, Chung, and Monte. Shout out to Donald and Rachel Designing. Hit them up at d.r.designing on Instagram. Those are the ones who made our awesome cover art. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, Rachel, I'm over here shaking my pom-poms for you, girl. And now the biggest shout out to my baby sister. Yes, my baby sister, Ariel Robinson, and her awesome husband, Austin Robinson. They have a podcast called Double A Shenanigans. Go listen to their podcast. It is hilarious. You will be on the floor every single time.
Absolutely hilarious. Check them out on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and everywhere else that you listen to podcasts. Hey!
What they talking about?
Okay. And our biggest news, we got our first review on iTunes.
That means that we are super duper official. Thank you.
So as promised, if you leave us a 5-star rating and a review, we will read your comments on the show. So our first one is from Mark 12093487556. So I know this is not one of our family members. Mark writes, there are a lot of podcasts, but this one is funny and invites self-reflection that can benefit you and your spouse. Talisha and Pat are hilarious and an honest look at modern day marriage. Thank you, Mark, for taking the time to leave us a positive review. And like Mark, everybody can get their review read on the show. If you leave us a 5-star rating and a review, we will read your review on the next show. So head on over to iTunes and do that. All right, so this episode is all about pet peeves. What are pet peeves? First of all, they're like continual annoyances that your spouse does, and they pretty much don't plan on changing them no matter how many times you ask them or tell them to stop or how much you tell them. It bothers you that they do this.
Things that get on your last nerve.
I guess it's habitual and it's part of their nature, and I guess you just have to get over it. But that doesn't mean that you can't complain about them.
Oh, you can complain. Oh, yes. But will they listen?
So we have our list of pet peeves. I have my list. She has her list. And we're going to tell each other what our spouse does that gets on our nerves, and for them to explain themselves and defend themselves for this behavior, and why won't they change it? Is it justified? Is it going to be detrimental to our marriage? Why won't you change? I'm letting you know that this is bothering me or it annoys me. Why can't you just fix yourself?
Hashtag Team Talisha, because we know that people are going to agree with me on these things.
No, I'm kind of scared to even go down my list because the people are going to understand, like, they're going to actually know who you really are and what you do. So Team Patrick, we're going to state our case, bring it to the jury, and have them decide, like, who is, like, more annoying in our relationship. I guarantee it ain't gonna be me.
Okay.
So you want to kick it? You go, ladies first. As the gentleman that I am, I will let you go first. So kick it off with what I do that actually annoys you.
All right. So this list is not in any real order, but this one sends me over the edge. Patrick loves to put little pieces of Kleenex up his nose because, oh, my nose is running and I'm going to be too lazy to actually blow my nose. I'll just keep these little pieces of tissue up my nose and look really silly. And then he does it so much to where my oldest son, Weston, who is like, tissue, the nose, tissue, daddy, tissue. And oh yeah, don't forget the fact that when he takes them out of his nose, they just fall where they may. And I come by and I see tissue, little pieces of tissue on the counter. Yeah, that's nasty.
So in my defense, what the heck are you supposed to do when you have a runny nose and it's snotty and you're feeling under the weather? You plug it up with freaking tissue so it's not running all freaking day.
Blow your nose.
You blow your nose, but then it keeps
wash
running.
your hands.
But it keeps running. If you blow your nose, it's going to keep running. Like I said, I'm under the weather. All right? I'm under the freaking weather. So I plug it up so it doesn't keep running all the time. Now, as far as where I leave them, I have no defense.
You have no defense. Because that's nasty, man.
I have no defense for that. But
so you thought that people were going to think that I was somebody.
This is just one.
Oh, no. They're finding out that you're the nasty one.
This is just one.
All right, go.
But in my defense, I'm sick or my nose is running and I'm trying to keep from the freaking faucet. I'm trying to stop the freaking faucet from leaking. And I think that's very justifiable. And yeah, I'm going to walk around the house because I don't want my freaking nose. You want snot everywhere? Fine. I'll unplug my freaking nose. How about that? Frick. Shoot.
Okay. Sounds like another win for Team Talisha.
We ain't even started yet. I ain't even going.
Okay. All right. What you got?
So it's summertime right now and it's 95 degrees outside, right? So sometimes I use the van or whatever car. You've been doing this since we've been driving together.
Oh, no, you're going.
For freaking, since you've been able to drive, probably like 15 years now. So I get in the freaking car and it's 95 degrees outside. I turn on the air to freaking full blast and I'm sitting here wondering why the heck in the air hitting my face? Why is it so freaking hot in the car? And I go in, I look, and you shut the vents off and you turn them up so they don't even affect the freaking person who's driving. So I'm freaking burning up in the car with the air blasting, and you always turn down the freaking air vents or the heating vents when it's freaking cold. What's the point of freaking using them if you always turn them up? And why do you even turn them on? Defend yourself.
Yeah, easy. So if you have the air vents pointing directly on your face, then it's going to get in your eyes and your eyes are going to be all watery. So I don't like that.
You're wearing glasses.
I'm wearing glasses right now.
You're wearing glasses.
I don't wear glasses every day. I wear glasses, people, when it looks cute with my outfit, even though I'm supposed to wear them every day. But that's another story. So if you put the vents directly on your face, it's going to get in your eyes. Your eyes are going to be all watery. Your face is going to be cold. Then your nose is going to start running. And then you might have to go put Kleenex up your nostrils to prevent this. It's not from coming out. So I always point them, like, just point it out. The air is circulating is in the car still. It's not, it doesn't have to be on your face. For
What's
you to
the
feel
point
it.
of turning them on if they don't even hit your face?
Because.
And then you'll just put, no.
But no. But you don't even know how it starts. It starts on my face because it's hot. Yes, it's 95 degrees. It's hot. I'm going to put it on my face at first. I'm not stupid. But then once it cools down in the car, then I can take it off of me. I don't need it to be pointed directly on me.
You put it on the feet.
And I put it on my feet because my feet are hot.
Oh my God.
It's hot outside. And sometimes if I just got my toes done, then I need the air to be on my feet so that my polish can be continuing to dry because I left the nail shop too early because I didn't wait for my nails to dry all the way.
You're just trying to kill me.
I'm not. And then if it's the wintertime and it's the heat, I put it on my feet because my feet are cold. I put the heat on my feet every time. More so heat than air. The air conditioner usually is on there.
Whatever. Bottom line is you're inconsiderate of the person coming after you. All right. You don't leave it better for the next person and you're inconsiderate.
Well, if you wouldn't use my vehicle, then you wouldn't be affected. Okay,
so we're just not going to use each other's vehicles?
Hey, I have it set up for my preference, and I expect you to have the same for you. All right. So my next thing is rinsing out the plates. After you finish eating, you don't like to rinse your plate out. You just sit it there because Patrick thinks that commercials are real. And whenever he sees the little commercial for, oh, you just put it in your dishwasher. That's literally what you do. Oh, no, you have to pre-wash. And so if you would just go ahead and rinse it while the food is still fresh, it'll easily just fall right on off your plate. But if you let it sit there and harden, then now I have to come back to it and it needs to soak. And so that's longer time for it to sit in the sink. Defend yourself.
So if I'm going to do all that, I just might as well just freaking wash the dish.
No.
You might as well just wash the whole freaking dish and put it in the, what's it called? The dish drainer. You might as well just wash the dish because you spent more time rinsing it off than you did doggone washing it. So you know what? For the future, I'll just wash the whole dish. That's it. I'll just wash the dish.
But if you wash the dish appropriately, because if you don't fully wash the dish and then I come and get it out of the dish drainer and it still got food on it, then that didn't do anything.
What's the point of having the dishwasher if you gotta wash it before you even put it in the dishwasher?
You are the dishwasher. You have to rinse.
That's my defense is, what's the point of having a dishwasher if you gotta wash it?
Because commercials lie. It ain't real. You have to pre-wash. And, okay, this is a two-parter. Because whenever you go to the gym and you have your protein shakes, and you bring the protein shaker back in, you don't rinse that out either. So then I'm getting everything ready for the dishwasher, and then I open up a bomb.
A bomb? What do you mean bomb?
It stinks. If anyone has ever smelled a protein shaker that has not been rinsed out, you will understand what I'm talking about. It's awful. You might as well throw the whole thing away. And I even had to start threatening him that I'm going to just throw them away. If I open up another one of these nasty, stinking protein shakers, I'm throwing it away.
Well, in my defense, I have no defense for that, but yeah, I have. You're dramatic about the smells.
Oh no!
You know what?
No,
you know what? You were over. Like, you're so dramatic when it comes to, like, smells and stuff. You're like, oh, my gosh, it's the worst smell ever. Or, oh, my gosh, it's the best smell ever. You're so freaking your nose is so freaking sensitive. It ain't that freaking bad for, like, 2 seconds. And you just want to, like, be mad. You want to be mad.
No.
That's it. You're freaking oversensitive with the smells. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. You're so dramatic. You're dramatic. Mm-hmm. Anyways, staying on top. Keeping on track with the dishes. Sometimes we're missing a lot of dishes because Miss Talisha here likes to keep dishes in the car. So when she's like meal prepping and stuff, I'm like, hey man, we missing forks. Like, where are the forks? Where are like the plastic containers? They in the car. So Talisha thinks it's like cool to live out the car, and we're missing dishes. Like not plastic dishes. We're talking about like silverware and glass cups, like in the freaking car.
Not glass
Not for one
cups.
day,
Come on
not for
now.
one afternoon. Like, this is on multiple days, sometimes weeks at a time. Sometimes she forgets she even left them in the freaking car, and we're sitting there missing dishes. Like, someone's coming in our house stealing the silverware, but it's just Miss Hoarder right here holding on to the dishes and not taking them out the car and cleaning out the car. Defend yourself about that one.
Easy. You got kids? I go pick up the kids.
This was even before we had kids.
I got kids now.
This is before
that
kids.
is the reason. That is the reason. I mean, it's a fork. Okay, so here's the real issue. I have multiple lunch boxes that I use. And sometimes I'll put things in one lunch box, but then I'll switch over to the other one. And I forget that those things were in that lunch box until I go back to use it. Easy. And I don't bring glasses into the van.
That ain't true. There are cups that aren't plastic.
Like water bottles. Like I like good water bottles because it encourages me to drink more water.
So you're saying you don't wash out all your water bottles right when you're done too?
Because they are already housing water.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Water.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh my gosh, I hate this game. Clash of Clans. I freaking hate this game. It came on the scene in our house, 3 years ago? And Patrick is freaking obsessed with this stupid game. And so I'll look around and I'll see I'm being the attentive mom that I am. So attentive. And I am not on my phone. I am looking at our children and watching them play so gracefully. And I look over at Patrick and he's focused on this game. I don't even know what the game is about. Something about building villages or empires or something. I don't know. I'll usually call it Clash of the Titans. But Clash of the Clans, you gotta pay money for certain things or you can earn money. I don't know. It's like a Tamagotchi from back in the day, but it's in a village form. Right?
You have no clue what it means, and I'm not going to explain it to you. You just don't understand. You just want to hate.
I'm not interested, honestly. But I hate that game. And he plays it all the time. And he is disciplined during the week, so he'll delete it off of his phone during the week and then download it again on the weekend. And then on his tablet, I feel like it's always on the tablet because I feel like I see you looking at it sometimes during the week. True or false?
It's true.
Okay. You're fraud.
So what you're saying is I have a hobby. Okay. Oh, sorry me. I have a hobby that I like to actually game, and I'm not now. It's on the phone. So I used to be a heavy gamer, like on the Xbox and the PlayStation. But since you have kids, I haven't even done that. I haven't done that in forever. So
right.
Can I just I have a like I said, I guess I apologize for having a hobby. Excuse me. I apologize for having a hobby and doing something that I enjoy. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the audio cut out, but the next pet peeve that I had was that Talisha steals my AirPods and she runs her AirPods to the ground. Then she goes and uses my AirPods and then she runs those into the ground and she doesn't put those back on charge. So when I go out to run to use my AirPods, the AirPods are completely dead and I can't use mine because she freaking runs them straight into the ground and then she doesn't replace them. And then she's like, well, why are you so mad? And I say, because you run my battery down. Because you run my battery down.
So I'm a very considerate person and I always put them back on charge. And I'm the one who is responsible for the charge that you have that you're able to utilize when you go run. You can tell me thank you every morning.
They wouldn't be dead if you didn't use them all the time. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I'm just telling you. I am responsible for charging the AirPods because I like to use the AirPods.
It's not a good defense. Go
just
ahead.
Buy me some more then.
Go with the next one.
Patrick is a super ninja and he disappears after church. I mean, as soon as we are dismissed, Patrick does the 1-2 dip. He is out of there. And I look around and I don't see my husband. Where are you, sweetie? Where you at?
You want me to defend myself?
Yeah.
Okay, so the key word you said right there is church is dismissed. Dismissed. Church is over. I got the word. I'm good. It's time to get to the car. Because on the other end of this pet peeve, Talisha stays and talks to every single individual in the church. And we'll get out at 12 and we still there at 1:30. Because she a jabberjaw and talks to every single body. Not just like a hey, goodbye. She finds out about everyone's whole freaking week. And that's why I've been proposing that I drive separate. So then, therefore, I don't have to stick around and wait for you in the car. I'm just going to get in the car and I'm going to mind my own business. So I don't need to talk to everybody.
No, that's antisocial. I believe that you need to have fellowship with the members at church.
Not an hour and a half.
I didn't say hour and a half, but sometimes I be talking a lot. I had a lot of people to talk to. My friends, my family.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not really.
Well, that's why it goes, because I'm not about to sit there and talk all freaking day.
Lucky for you, COVID-19 said I can't be doing all that talking. Right?
Yes.
So I do miss all of my LRC family. I love y'all. We're going to talk.
I love y'all too, but I'm not staying an hour and a half after church.
But my LRC family will definitely be team Talisha on this because Patrick be gone. Like, gone.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So
it's your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. All right. Inviting your sister over. Why the heck do you invite your freaking sister over when you aren't there?
I'm on my way.
Yeah, you on your way, but you ain't there. So if you're not in the house, your sister has no business knocking and ringing on our doorbell. So we got a new garage. So our old garage, sister had the code to let the old garage up and come in the door like freaking Steve Urkel without freaking knocking or anything. So we got a new garage door. I ain't even programmed the garage key code because I don't want her having any stinking access to our house, running up in there all willy-nilly, being all loud and stuff. So my pet peeve, you invite your sister over and you ain't there. She shouldn't be there if you aren't there. Defend yourself.
Okay, first of all, we about to do a real quick commercial break for Double A Shenanigans. Ariel and Austin are doing a podcast too. Go listen to them, follow them, like them, subscribe, share. Thank you. And on top of that, my sister is my best friend, and she can come over whenever she wants to.
No, she can't. No, that is false. No, she cannot.
That, when she coming over, most of the time it's because she's coming to do work in our house that you're not having to do.
No, she's rude. She's disrespectful.
She's not.
She's rude, disrespectful. Thinks she's a freaking comedian or something. Thinks she's freaking funny. And
very funny.
We've been in a relationship 18 years. She's the annoying sister I wish I never had. And yeah, if you ain't there, she ain't coming in. And she's tried to come in on multiple occasions. And I have defended my house from trespassers.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, I have stood my ground in my house.
Okay, Pat. So, like I said, she can come whenever she wants to. You can come whenever you want to, Ariel. Anytime.
Try it.
Anytime, boo.
Try it and see what happens.
Anytime.
Go.
So, I don't have to defend that because that's stupid.
Go.
That ain't a pet peeve. All right. So, Patrick also likes to eat so freaking fast that he has nothing left on his plate after 10 minutes of getting his food. I, on the other hand, I am very strategic about what I'm putting in my mouth. I am not. Stop it!
No,
Stupid
no,
boy.
go ahead. No.
Stop.
Let that run.
Making those stupid faces.
Let that run. No,
stupid faces.
That's staying in there. Go ahead.
My gosh, you are so ridiculous.
Go ahead about how strategic you are about putting stuff in your mouth. Go ahead.
So very ridiculous.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
I am strategic about how I eat my food. I like to eat, if I'm eating a burger, I need to have a piece of burger and a piece of fry in my mouth at the same time. If I'm eating a sandwich, then I like to have a piece of sandwich and some chips. So I'm strategic and I like go around the plate in a strategic manner. I don't need somebody to eat all of their fries first and then be over there looking at my fries. They are not for sale. They are not up for grabs. I don't need any help. And I don't need an audience while I'm eating. I need to just eat my own food. And you know I have this little I don't know, it might be a little OCD, this little pattern that I eat my food in. And so I don't understand after all these years why you still eat your food so fast and then be looking at my plate.
First of all, I eat fast because I just eat fast. You just eat like a freaking turtle. And so to defend myself, so I finish my food and I'm sitting there watching her food as she eats. And so that makes her uncomfortable. Would you rather me get the freak up and leave?
No, slow down your bite.
No, why? No, I eat at my own pace for freaking
You're not
34 years.
Nope, you're not in the military. You don't have to eat that fast.
That's a stupid pet peeve.
It's not.
My turn?
Yep.
All right. So I'm a avid TV watcher and I watch a lot of series, right? And Talisha, she don't really care. She don't really put any thought into what she watches or anything. So she'll watch anything. So she'll just jump into the middle of a series that I'm watching and all of a sudden I can't watch any other episodes moving forward without her being accompanied by them. But that's not the thing. So she hijacks the show. And then as we are watching the show, because she doesn't really care about them, she falls asleep. She falls the freak asleep. So I'm sitting here watching it by myself. I finished the episode and I'm ready to move to the next episode. And she'll wake up the next day. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I fell asleep. I was like, that's okay. I moved on. And she'll get mad at me for moving on to the next episode. Defend yourself.
Okay, first of all, that's cheating. That's cheating. Yeah, I said it. That's cheating.
How?
Infidelity. Television infidelity. Netflix infidelity. So, okay, yeah, I do join series that I wasn't necessarily invited to join. But you should be happy that you have a wife that is interested in the things that you're interested in. Right?
Yeah, that's true. But then you ask all these questions from
you get these questions
from the first 4 seasons.
Because I need to know what's going on so I can be like, oh, yes, and I agree with that character because blah, 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 did blah, blah, blah. And so that's why they should be right.
But you don't even know the whole story because you missed 4 seasons. And then I'm stuck explaining every single relationship and backstory in the episodes so that you are caught up to speed.
Okay.
But then you'll fall asleep. But
tell the truth. Do I not catch up on the shows very quickly?
That's because you don't care. You're not really invested in
I am invested.
You're not invested into the characters. You don't care. You don't care. You just want to watch it.
All
just
characters
to watch
matter.
It.
I do. I'm invested in the characters and in the shows. Well, I really got no defense.
Yeah, no defense. Next. Go ahead.
Okay. So you like to not plan. I, on the other hand, love to have a plan. And then when you don't want to do the plan, whenever we actually do whatever the do is, and then you're like...
Receipts. I need to see receipts.
Oh, whatever.
Where are the receipts?
No. You literally don't want to plan, but then whenever the event happens, if it doesn't go the way it happened in your head, then you'll be like, oh, I'm disappointed. And I'm like, well, you should have planned for it because then we could have verbalized our expectations, right? I know what we told people a few episodes ago. Verbalize your expectations, not a mind reader.
Okay.
So if you have a plan, you can execute the plan. You can have it like lined up how you want it to be. You ready for me to defend myself? Please.
You have no receipts, no evidence of any of this happening. So therefore, there is no case mistrial.
The glove fits.
Yeah.
We will not acquit.
Nah.
The glove fits.
You don't have any receipts. My turn. All right. You have 0 receipts. You just be like, well, here's a scenario that we didn't plan and you planned it and didn't go the way you want. So now you're mad. Where are the receipts? No receipts. Okay.
Whatever.
So the next one that you do, you steal all the bed space. We got a freaking king size bed and I literally use 20% because this woman likes to take up 80% of the bed and hog the covers and like hog up all the space. I'm the bigger person in the relationship, but she takes up all the bed space. Please defend yourself.
So, as I told y'all before, our 8-month-old sleeps in the bed with us.
This is before we had kids. This is before children.
We have to have a pillow on the side so that he doesn't roll off the bed in our sleep. So that pillow takes up some space, and then the baby takes up some space, and then he's kicking me. The baby is kicking me, and then I'm being pushed on over to where Patrick is. And I mean, when it's all said and done, he just has like this little teeny space to sleep in. Hey, I have to sleep on my side, so try sleeping on your side. Maybe you're sleeping on your back or on your stomach, and that takes up extra
It's
space.
nothing short of a miracle.
It's
nothing short of a miracle from God that I don't fall out of my bed every day and hit my head on the floor and have a concussion because I have zero space to sleep on. And she did this prior to children. She likes to sleep in the middle. She claims the middle, like she rolls over in the middle. She doesn't sleep on her side. She doesn't stay on her side. She rolls in the middle. And don't even stop at the middle. She starts rolling over to my side. So I haven't gotten a decent night's rest in about 10 years.
Yeah, it was before kids. To be very honest, it was before kids because I can think of it was like some girls' trips that we've gone on, and my friends and my LSs would be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to sleep with Talisha."
Exactly. Go
well,
ahead.
in my defense, I'm asleep, so it's obviously something that I'm doing unconsciously.
Next.
No control over that. But speaking of in the bed, Mr. Snore Master, 1,000, 8,000. Yeah.
What? Go ahead. Yeah, I snore.
Patrick, but you don't just snore. You snore like...
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, wake up. Wake up. I can't freaking sleep. So I have to fall asleep before he does, because if I don't, I will not be able to go to sleep. If I fall asleep first, then I'm okay. But if he beats me to sleep, it is over. And even if I tell him to wake up, he can go back to sleep within like seconds. And then the snoring starts right back up. And I do have receipts. I have recorded him multiple times.
That's great. I have no defense because if I'm snore man 8,000, you snore man 20,000 because you snore louder than me, more often than me. Like I mentioned before, I have no space on the bed, so I'm rarely falling asleep. You go into full out comas.
Okay.
And start snoring like freaking. You call the hogs when you snore. So you're a snorer too, and we both have receipts on each other snoring. So not a huge pet peeve for me. I have recorded to let you know how loud you snore, how often you snore. But yeah, I'm if anything, I'm more jealous of how much good sleep you get because you're taking up 80% of the bed.
Good sleep. Yeah, right. Another pet peeve. Whenever the baby wakes up in the middle of the night, Patrick acts like he doesn't even hear him.
I can't breastfeed the baby.
Okay, but you're still... Wake up. Wake up and talk to me. How about that?
What?
Wake up and talk to me. Or wake up and see that I am struggling. Or just wake up and acknowledge, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep going, man. Keep going. I'm not going to get all this good sleep while you are up staring at me so angrily and envying my sleep.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Whatever.
Was that the pet peeve?
No.
Okay.
All right. So my next one is, yeah, you see, you think that I'm the nasty one. No, it's Patrick. We can be at the store, and then we get in the car, and as soon as Patrick sits down to drive, he farts.
What?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm telling the people how you are out there with all that space, all that air and opportunity to let the good old outside receive that fart. No. You want to bring it into the car. So you sit down and fart, and I'm like, what the heck? You were just outside. Why didn't you do that before you came in? Defend yourself.
I'll lock the windows, too. I have no defense. I'll lock the windows to make sure the smell stays in the car.
Because you are so nasty.
That's freaking funny to me.
It's not funny. It's gross.
So
it is gross. And you, oh no.
But I don't wait till I get in the car. It's like, you don't have to pass gas. That's a more appropriate word.
Fart.
You don't have to fart while you're standing up, but when you sit down, like your stomach contracts, and then all right, boom, you got to fart. That's why when you go number 2, you don't go number 2 standing up. You go number 2 sitting down. So I don't wait to do it on purpose. And literally, when I sit down, that's when it's time to go. But so staying on that, like
no, wait. Because you just said that it's funny to lock the windows. So if it's so funny to lock the windows, How do we know that you're not lying when you say that you didn't save that fart for the car?
That's just true, and that's just you
No.
have to take my word for it. But you're like I said, you're so sensitive to smells. My farts don't even stink.
Oh, okay. All right.
They don't even stink. It's my turn.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna skip. No, I got a lot. Okay. Oh, where do you want to eat, Talisha? I don't know. Okay, what about like Chick-fil-A? No, don't feel like Chick-fil-A today. What about Zaxby's? Don't feel like Zaxby's today. What about Subway? I hate Subway. I can't stand their subs. So literally, when we have to decide where we're going to eat, she has absolutely no clue where she wants to eat, but she doesn't want to eat anywhere that I suggest. So if I say, okay, well, where do you want to eat? I don't know. Well, I just listed like 10 places and you said no to all those. So where the heck do you want to eat? You're so indecisive about where the heck you want to eat and what the heck you want to eat. That's super annoying. You've been doing this since you like to say everything's happened since you've had kids. This has been going on for 18 years. So please defend yourself.
Okay, ladies, I know I don't have to defend myself on this because our taste buds change. Sometimes we want Chick-fil-A and sometimes we don't. Most of the time we do because Chick-fil-A is good. But maybe I don't want to eat Chick-fil-A for the 5th day in a row. And on top of that, I am doing Weight Watchers because I'm trying to lose weight. And Patrick knows that the options that he gives sometimes are not Weight Watchers friendly. So I might have to think about it a little bit longer of where I want to go. And I might want to go look at Yelp. I might want to see the reviews and see the pictures of different restaurants, their menu items. And I might want to try something new. And maybe that's why I don't know where I want to go at. I mean, there's just a variety of reasons why I don't know is an acceptable answer. And I don't have to just say yes to the ones that you gave me. They're not the only choices in the world.
But then you don't have any suggestions yourself.
No, but I don't say I don't know and I'm not going to try to find out. I say I don't know. Let me think about it.
But then you never think about it. Like,
I do think about
even
it.
in church, I'll be like, all right, so start now thinking about it before we go into church so that by the time we get out of church, we know where we're going to we know where we're going to go. Still don't have anywhere to go after church.
No, when you prompt it, that does help because then we can get some suggestions. But then you have to tie in other people's taste buds too. And you have to see, well, does everybody agree on it? I mean, this is not a dictatorship.
I hope y'all hear how ridiculous this sounds. Okay.
No. Well,
Go
wait.
ahead.
And
Go
that's
ahead.
also because you can eat the same thing over and over and over and over again and not get tired of it.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Probably. Oh, it's a good one. When I'm talking to you and you start shaking your head no. Or if I'm asking you to do something for me and you start shaking your head no. You hadn't even heard the whole freaking question. That is a pet peeve. In fact, that pisses me off.
Am I supposed to defend myself?
Yeah, why do you do that?
Okay, if you go back to episode 3 in the interview, episode 2 in the interview that we did with each other, I wish you thoroughly understood that I don't feel like doing anything. And the timing of your requests are always after I've sat down and done something. You like to, I've sat down, I've pushed the couch feet up, and I'm sitting there relaxed. And then you hit me with like 10 tasks. And that's when I start shaking my head like, no, I ain't gonna do it. And then you get upset. But it's after you see I'm comfortably done and you just bring it up. And then you get mad because I don't want to do it.
I mean, yeah.
You're on that. I want you to want to do it. Bull jive.
Yeah, I want you to want to do it. I totally agree. I understand that. Yeah. But you're just shaking your head no, and you don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
Because I know it's something ridiculous.
You don't know. I could be saying, hey, Patrick, would you like for me to make you an ice cream cone?
Never happened.
Could.
It could. Never happens.
It could.
With a receipt. Like I said, no receipts on that one.
I don't need receipts. I'm going to as soon as I start asking you a question, pull my phone out and record it for the people.
Shoot, no. Because you don't got no stories from it. You ain't never said, hey, Patrick, do you want some
I don't
ice
have any
cream?
stories for it?
And I said, no.
I do have a story for it. Whenever we first had Weston and I would be asking you to do something, you would be shaking your head no. And that's when we actually like sat down and talked about the pet peeve because I was like, oh my gosh, I just had a C-section and I need you to do blah, blah, blah for me because I can't just get up all willy-nilly. And I need you to not be shaking your head no because then that makes me so angry. and I have a lot of emotions going on right now and a lot of hormones raging through my freaking body. Yeah. Right?
You need to control yourself.
I have a story.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a story.
But I do them anyway.
And it's rude.
Did I ever not?
It's straight up rude.
Have I ever not done
it? Doesn't matter because in doing that, it's almost like you're subliminally telling me, don't ask that question. Stop right there. Don't go any further.
Yeah, because I don't feel like doing anything.
No.
Damn.
Well, even if you shake your head, no.
Yeah,
well, yes,
that is not how hey, look, I ain't perfect. That's not how you're supposed to act. And I'll get better at doing that. And I've gotten a lot better.
You've gotten a lot better. As soon as we have a conversation.
Because men know when there's a problem, we actually freaking fix it. All right, okay. Women, there's a problem. Y'all want to talk about the problem and talk about the problem and talk about the problem and talk about the problem instead of actually going and fixing it and getting a solution. That's just.
What do you have? Tell me about your problems.
My pet peeve. No. Going on other pet peeves that you have. You're an absolute clothes hoarder. All right, you have these clothes that don't have that still have tags on them. You never wear them, and then you leave these receipts all over the house. And I'm like, oh, she bought this 3 months ago. Can I throw this away? No, you can't throw that receipt away. I might take that back to the store and get my money back. What the heck is that? Why don't you freaking wear the clothes that you buy? And why do you keep the receipts around so long? It makes our house more junky because we don't get rid of stuff. We're hoarding way too much stuff. Defend yourself.
Okay, seriously, you act like there's like a freaking receipt pile in every corner. Is a receipt here and there?
No, because you're a shopper. You're a shopper, so there are receipts everywhere.
No, there are not.
Because your main hobby is shopping.
Okay,
so there are receipts
shopping.
everywhere.
No. There are not receipts everywhere. And on top of that, I saved the receipt because I might have purchased something because at the store I might have been like, I don't know if I want this or not. But if it's like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something, you got to go ahead and get it. Because if you say, I don't know if I want that, maybe I'll go back next week and see if they have it. They don't have it anymore because someone else was smart and they went ahead and purchased it. So I go ahead and purchase it. I keep my receipt. And if I change my mind, I can return it and I can get my money back or I can get a store credit. Because at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, everyone knows that when you're walking through the aisles, things just like come to you. Like you might not have been looking for that, but now you see it and it's yours. So you save your receipt, you keep the tags on it because you can't go out here and wear it and then try to return it. Right? So you keep the tags on until you decide to wear it and you keep your receipt and then you take it back. If you change your mind, you take it back.
If that makes sense to any of y'all, please email the podcast at patrickandtalisha.com because that makes zero sense to me.
And when you email, put the subject, #Team Talisha.
Bull job. Someone please explain that to me because I don't get it. Is it your turn?
It's yours.
It's okay. No, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah, you just defended yourself.
Okay. Okay. So if my hobby is shopping, then we're going to say that your hobby is watching weird anime kung fu movies.
Okay.
Anime and kung fu. Who wants to watch these kung fu movies where the lips don't match the words? You got to read all the subtitles. And then anime, I mean, what are we, 12?
See, you like to downgrade and belittle my hobbies and my interests, which means that ultimately you don't like me. All right,
I love you.
No, you don't like me. So I have interest in these things. So for the kung fu movies, there is honor, there's respect in martial arts. Something that you didn't. I'm sorry that you didn't grow up with discipline and having respect and having senseis. All right, that's how you're supposed to go through life. With honor and respect and dignity. And that's what those kung fu movies teach. Since they were even made in the 70s, they're still relevant today in the lessons that you learn. Anime, Dragon Ball.
Wait. Kung fu. I didn't know that kung fu is where the senseis come from.
Yes. Martial arts. It's exactly.
I did not know that.
You don't understand the honor.
Well, Patrick has our nephews call him Sensei instead of Uncle Patrick. Sensei Patrick.
Because they understand.
But I did not know that it came from the kung fu movies.
Because you don't want to understand.
That's interesting.
You don't try to understand. You judge me. And the same thing in animes. There's martial arts in anime. You don't understand the beautiful art of martial arts, and you don't want to understand it because you're stuck in your own head, and you think, since you like to judge everything as it's either stupid or good according to Talisha's world, you don't understand my world and you think it's all stupid, and you downgrade and belittle me about the things that I watch. But that's okay. I'm going to keep on watching my kung fu movies, and our sons are going to watch kung fu movies because they're going to learn the honor and respect and discipline that martial arts gives you.
Y'all can have those movies, and I will gladly leave and go shopping and keep my tags on my things with the receipts.
All right. So is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. So you do this thing where you use the bathroom and you don't check to see if any toilet paper is left on the roll all the time. And I'll be sitting there like 3 rooms down, and you're like, or you'll call my phone or text message me like, Patrick, oh my God, I sat on the toilet. There's no toilet paper. Can you stop everything? Drop everything that you're doing and go grab the toilet paper for me, please? Because I sat down without looking if there's any freaking toilet paper. And this is not a one-time thing. All the pet peeves that I say, none of these are one-time occurrences. These are habitual. These are either daily, monthly, or weekly, all the time occurrences that happen all the time. So I'm not crazy when I call these pet peeves. These actually happen. So yeah, I have to stop what I'm doing and go get her a roll of toilet paper because she sits down without looking. Defend yourself.
Because whenever I used the bathroom the last time, I probably used the last little bit of toilet paper. And then whenever I came out of the bathroom, either 1, there was a kid already in the bathroom with me, or 2, I came out and got bombarded on my way to go get said toilet paper that needed to be replaced.
This was before kids.
Hey, look, ladies, when you got kids, a lot of these things is all not your fault. It's because you got kids. Okay, no, but seriously, I feel like even if I did sit on the toilet and didn't look to see if there was toilet paper, I have another adult in the house, my lovely husband, and he can go get me toilet paper. It's no big deal. Which leads me to my next one. Nothing is an emergency. Nothing. I mean, nothing is an emergency. So if I request something, I ask him to do something, yeah, okay. And then, oh my gosh, this is compacted. And then, so I ask you a question and you don't respond. You don't say anything. So I don't know if you heard me. Did you hear me? Or are you just not going to do it? So then I have to ask the question again. Hello? And then you'll just be like, heard you. What? You didn't budge. You didn't move. You didn't acknowledge. You didn't blink. You didn't shake your head yes. You shake your head no real well. Well, you can't shake your head yes. Defend yourself. Yeah. Sit over there.
Like I said, with the emergencies, you're very dramatic. You're very, very dramatic. So, no, it's not that urgent. It's not urgent. Sometimes it's important, but it's not urgent. But you think everything is urgent and important. And so I'm supposed to drop everything that I'm doing and tend to whatever request that you ask. And that frustrates. I'm like, no, it's not important. No, it's not important. Or is it urgent? Doesn't have to be right now. Is the house going to burn down if I don't do it? Heck to freaking no. So, no.
But why not acknowledge that you heard it?
Yeah, I heard it. Can't you see me? We in the same room. I'm like, okay.
We're in the same room, but you don't say okay. You just don't say anything. And if you're looking at your phone, you won't even look up. So I don't know if you heard me or if you didn't hear me.
That should be your cue that, maybe what I said wasn't important because it showed.
Oh, no, because everything I say is important.
Exactly, and that's your mindset. So, yeah, that's my defense. It ain't that urgent.
No.
It ain't that serious.
Ladies, email and let us know. Email. Does your husband do this? Does your husband not respond when you ask a question? Does he just leave you standing there waiting and waiting? Let me know.
All right, Jabberjaw. All right, so the next pet peeve that I have is when we are getting ready to go anywhere and you say that you're ready. what does ready mean to you? Because what ready means to me is that, okay, we're about to go out into the car and leave. But you say you're ready, you still have to put on your shoes. You still have to put on the lotion. You still have to put on your accessories like your necklaces and your earrings. But you swear up and so when you say you're ready, all right, I'll go out into the car and sit in the car because I think ready. Okay, we're ready to leave. I'll go out there and sit in the car and I'm still waiting like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later. And I'm like, I thought she said she was ready. So your definition of ready is bull jive. And you're not really ready. You think, oh, I took a shower, I put my dress on, all right, I'm ready. But I have 10 other things to do.
No. So I wouldn't have to say I'm ready if you weren't already rushing me.
Okay.
Which is my other
But I thought
pet peeve.
everything's not an emergency.
No. It's not. It's not an emergency if I'm asking you.
Okay.
But if it's time to go somewhere, you are always rushing me.
I'm sorry. I have discipline and honor and want to be on time. I'm sorry.
You are rushing me, even if there isn't a legit time limit on it. Like, it could be like just arrive. Okay, now with church, that's different. Church starts at 11 o'clock. Okay, we have to be there by 11. Cool. But with something else, like, okay, we're supposed to show up at some place and there is no time constraint on it. Like, you're rushing. You're always rushing. Also because you only have to get yourself ready.
There you go, throwing it on the kids again. This was an issue before children. BC, before children. You still did this.
Hey. All I can say is if you weren't rushing me, then I wouldn't feel the need to say I'm ready and get you off my bed.
Okay. Yeah. What else you got?
It's on you.
I just told you my pet peeve.
And I just told you mine. Don't rush me.
That I'm rushing you? Okay. All right. I think, well, your use of technology is not up to par with the average, what the average millennial. You don't know how technology works, and you think I'm the freaking IT guy from the company, and I got to come and fix every single technical issue that you have on your phone, on the laptop, on the TV, and I'm just like, did you turn it off and turn it back on? Because you are a millennial like all of us. I expect your technology skills to be a bit better and more modern than someone who was born during World War II.
Oh, okay. Well, that is so funny that you said that because that's actually on my list as well. The fact that you think that you are a techie. You, sir, are no techie. You are not.
I've never claimed to be a techie. I just claim to have basic millennial skills and be technology
Patrick,
proficient.
You think that you are IT of House Ratliff. Yes.
I have to be because you would literally be writing letters instead of email if it wasn't for me.
And then, if you are IT of House Ratliff, you get mad when somebody got an IT issue. Come solve my issue.
You should know this.
No.
You should know.
It's not common knowledge.
It is very common knowledge. You should have learned this. Anyone who uses a computer knows how to do that.
No. Anyways, if you want to be the techie, be the techie. If you don't want to be the techie, don't proclaim that you're the techie and that you are IT.
I never proclaim to be a techie. I just say, okay, so your skills are lacking in this area and you need to be able to know how to use this.
No, you're like the IT person who judges.
You need to learn how to upload a photo in Instagram.
Can you all imagine going to Best Buy to Geek Squad and asking for help with your laptop and then they say, you should know how to do this. Yeah. Why don't you know how to do this?
Yeah, when the question is, how do you turn this computer on?
Oh, really?
Absolutely, the Geek Squad should look at you
really
like that because that's the kind of questions you come and ask me.
Okay. You the geek and no.
Yeah. So, I have a problem with your technology skills. And for a millennial, you disappoint us.
But I'm an old millennial. I'm not a typical millennial. I am an older millennial.
No, you don't give a crap. That's what it is. It's called I don't give a crap to learn.
Sure.
That's what it is. It's not like, old millennial. It's like, you don't care.
You're right. I really just don't
care.
I'm gonna call you, IT man. Thank you.
All right. That is going to do it for this episode. We have a lot more pet peeves that we haven't gone into, but we will save that for another episode later down the road. But we want to hear from you guys. Email us at podcast@patrickandtalisha.com and let us know if you were Team Talisha or Team Patrick this week. And let us know what your spouse's pet peeves are, what they do that annoys you. And we will read the top pet peeves out on next week's show and see if we can defend them or justify them. We want to hear from you guys. What are those annoying pet peeves that your spouse does? Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to On the Up and Up with Patrick and Talisha. For access to all of our episodes, please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and wherever you listen to our show. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes, and we will give you a shout out on our next episode. Stay connected with us on Twitter and Instagram at I am Pat Ratliff and at the Farm D Mommy. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week. God bless.